which exist in this world, most of the databases which is going to be connected through your Java concepts, the Java concept which we call it as a JDBC. So every application needs, if you go name a few or more, if you name a few web applications, which are the web application is going to save, which are the web application going to retrieve, manipulate information stored in database. So very rarely we can find the few web application not required database. Very rare. But 99% most of the web applications which uses the CRUD operations of the database. So create, update, delete, and modification. Right. So those operations every web application needs. Suppose if you want to develop a web application using Java technology, you need to have a better understanding of JDBC concepts. So that concepts which we are going to discuss here now, the Java database connectivity, JDBC. So a J2EE component supplies databases access using Java data objects contained in the JDBC application programming interface. So JDBC API is there too. There are lots of interfaces, lots of the connection code, the lots of the connecting objects or classes are involved in this JDBC application to connect with your front end to the back end through either Java Servlet or the JSP or the Java Beans, right? So Java data objects have methods that open a connection to a DBMS and then transmit messages to insert, retrieve, modify, or delete data stored in a database. So Java data objects have methods. So in the previous program example, we have seen execute method, execute update method, class.forName method, driver manager.get connection method, right? So the Java data objects which will have many methods for what? To open a connection to a DBMS, database management system, and then transmit your transmitted data from front end to the back end via the servlet code, via the JSP code, via the Java Beans code, right? So here you can not only transmit messages to the database, also you can fetch the retrieve information from the database, you can update or modify the content, you can delete the data stored in a database with the help of Java data objects. So the concept of JDBC, let us understand, after knowing the basic of JDBC, let us understand the concept of JDBC. What is the concept? So as I told you, there are 5 steps are involved. Which are the 5 steps? Loading and registering the database, initializing the connection, establishing a connection, then creating statement, executing the statement, and closing the connection. So that's the basic 5 steps are involved. And before going in detail with those 5 steps, let us understand few preliminary requirements. What is the concept of JDBC? One of the major obstacles for Sun Microsystems to overcome was a language barrier. Because Java database nowadays, varieties of databases are there nowadays. So to make them connect to the Java is an open source. You want to connect through the Java. So we need to have some lower level implementation type. So that lower level implementation supports by little modification or updation of the content, you can connect to the external databases. Each DBMS defined its own low-level way to interact with the programs to access data stored in its databases. See, but Java needs that. So that Java want to create a pipelined kind of the object that needs to connect your Java application and the database application. There should be one connectivity pipeline. That pipeline you are going to design with the help of the JDBC concepts. This means low-level code written to communicate with an Oracle database might to be rewritten to access a DB2. So, if you are always depending on the different database type, if you are rewriting code again and again for every individual user needs to access your application, it is time consuming as well as it is also cost effective. So to avoid that, overcome that existing barriers which exist between your Java technology with variety of different databases, this concept of JDBC came into existence. This JDBC driver developed by Sun Microsystem was not a driver at all. So what is driver? Driver is used to carry a person from one point to source to destination. Similarly here JDBC driver carries your instruction, Java instruction to the database, again database back to the Java code. So driver, it is almost all, it is similar to the driver. It was a specification that described the detailed functionality of a JDBC driver. So JDBC driver acts as a communication agent between the Java code and the database code. Database might be any database, Oracle, SQL, MySQL, PLSQL, whichever the databases exist in this world. Most of the database you can connect with the JDBC with the help of the connectors. The specifications required a JDBC driver to be a translator. See what it is going to do. JDBC driver to be a translator, act as a translator, that is agent, that converted low-level proprietary DBMS messages to low-level messages understood by the JDBC API and vice versa. So the JDBC driver acts as an agent between conversion of like a translation from lower to higher level and higher to lower level. It acts like a compiler between the different set of the JDBC and the Java code. And Java programmers could use high-level Java database data objects defined in the JDBC API to write a routine that interacted with the DBMS. See, as you've seen in the program 10, the JDBC student database, we have written some predefined statement like connection equal to driver manager dot get connection method. So in the get connection method, you specify the database URL, user authentication, username and password. And to load and register the driver and initialization, class.forName method is used. There you mentioned which driver that JDBC is going to interact, which database the JDBC is going to interact, from which driver type that database is interacting. All those things, it is you are writing by having the 2 to 3 4 lines of the code, right? Java programmers could use high level Java data objects. We use high level connection can. We can easily identify can is a connection object. We can easily identify prepared statement PST is a prepared statement object, statement ST, result set RST. So those objects are written in high level language, right? That uses the Java concepts. JDBC API to write a routine that interacted with the DBMS. We have interacted with MySQL database with the help of the JDBC API. JDBC API, it includes all those: initializing, loading and registering, creating statement, executing statement, closing the connection. Then JDBC architecture. It's a two-tier architecture. Let us understand interface and DB. Directly you are interacting with the command prompt, command application, desktop applications. Desktop application usually it uses the two-tier architecture. There is no client server. Server is exist. Client also exists in the same desktop application. So Java application, it has a JDBC API, so that will interact with the DBMS. Database server, DBMS proprietary protocol is used to access this and client machine. Right, JDBC two-tier architecture, this one. JDBC three-tier architecture. JDBC three-tier architecture. Additional layer is included here. You are separating the JDBC application server content and the client content separately. In the previous architecture, client as well as the application is in a single layer. But here, the client separated here. Either the client uses HTML or JSP or Java applet or any other client pages, and the one more layer is introduced here, the application layer. It may uses the Java and JDBC API. So the interaction between the client and the server might be one of the protocol which you are going to use. So we are using HTTP protocol. Other protocols you can use remote method invocation and Corba, or other calls you can use between the client and the application server. So as we are using HTTP to interact with the Java, it's client to the application server. So from application server with the help of JDBC API, you are interacting with the database. Again, this interaction protocol, it is completely depending on the database type which you are going to use. So in our case, MySQL we are using means MySQL connector. We are using a connector object to connect the Java application with the database. This is what we are done with the JDBC three-tier architecture. Now, let us understand the different set of JDBC driver types. There are four different set of. This is one of the important question. You can make a note of it for external exam as well as internal also. This is JDBC driver type. There are four set of JDBC driver types, four groups. Each group is referred to as a JDBC driver type. The for type 1 JDBC driver is JDBC to ODBC driver. Java database connectivity to object database connectivity. Object database connectivity. This is Microsoft driver. Suppose if any of you are worked with the Visual Basic with MS Access. Visual Basic with MS Access. How do you connect the MS Access with Visual Basic? You need to have a data source, right? Data source you are creating through your Microsoft Access. So there you need to have a ODBC driver to connect with Visual Basic with the MS Access. Similarly, if you want to connect Java with the MS Access, you need to have the JDBC to ODBC driver. So it is also called as a bridge. JDBC ODBC bridge is used to translate DBMS calls between the JDBC specification and ODBC specification. The JDBC to ODBC driver receives messages from Java to Enterprise Edition component that conforms to the JDBC specification. So JDBC, so think it is a Java to Enterprise Edition means it is the advanced Java. In the advanced Java applications, every application accepts the user request, like client request. So when it accepts from the client request, The client is might uses the Java technology, and if you want to connect with the backend database, that backend database might be MS Access, Microsoft based databases. If it is the case, you require to use this JDBC to ODBC driver specification to connect with the application with the database. This is the type 1 JDBC to ODBC driver type. And few more information with respect to that. Those messages are translated by the JDBC to ODBC driver into the ODBC message format, which is then translated into the message format understood by the DBMS. Always there is a translator between the application and the DBMS. Any DBMS, database management, means not only Oracle. You might be learned Oracle in the VTU syllabus, but the DBMS might be anything. MySQL, Postgre, DB2, Informatica, whichever the database which you are going to use in the connecting between the Java application and the database. So always for us, how do we feel that whatever we submit Java code, it is directly calling the database and fetching the information. Actually, internally, how it is working, translation phase in it will convert the Java high level instruction to the lower level instruction. Then from lower level instruction to the JDBC. JDBC again it will convert to the equivalent statement with respect to the DBMS specification. Then that is going to be executed, and vice versa. The same procedure also which is applicable from DBMS low layer to the DBMS high standards, and high standards to the lowest standards of the JDBC, then JDBC to the Java. So this translation happens to and pro both side also. Note: avoid using the JDBC ODBC bridge in a mission critical application because the extra translation might negatively impact the performance. So what is mission critical application? Suppose flight is flying. Flight is flying. So there, if you use the JDBC Java concepts with JDBC ODBC driver, if suddenly somebody comes, you need to apply the brake, mission critical application. Otherwise, you need to take up the flight, or you need to take down the flight. So these are all the mission critical application. If the translation time is exceeds that the operation time, the flight may going to crash. Right, in those cases try to avoid the usage of these kind of the drivers in those applications. Mission critical application is nothing but that only. Okay, that is about type 1. Type 1 is JDBC to ODBC or JDBC ODBC bridge, and the corresponding representation is in the form of diagram. Type 1 JDBC ODBC bridge driver. Pictorially you can easily understand this. First, Java application, request come from Java application, then it uses JDBC API. This is high level API statements. From high level to lower level, bridge driver is used to convert from higher level to lower level. Then lower level instruction which will redirect to the ODBC, object database connectivity, and it will check data source name, DSN. In the ODBC there is a two fields, data source name and the password. DSN it will check, and it will check the driver, which driver you are going to, this application is going to communicate with the driver, and it will translate it to the equivalent statement which is understandable by this DB database. So similarly, vice versa. Clear? This is JDBC type 1 driver. Next, second driver is type 2 driver. Type 2 driver. That is called as Java or native code driver. Java or native code driver. This driver uses Java classes to generate platform specific code. That is code only understood by a specific DBMS. So Java is flexible, Java is portable, Java is robust. Java is robust. Why Java called as robust? It's because it will adjust accordingly with respect to the platform which it is going to interact it. So in the here Java native code driver which will do the same. Depending on the DBMS type, this is going to convert it as a platform specific code. So such kind of the drivers can be used. The manufacturer of the DBMS provides both the Java or native code driver and API classes to the J2EE component can generate the platform specific code. So here not only the effort should come from the Java, also the effort should come from the DBMS part also. Those who are providing the databases, the database vendors needs to build up a drivers which will support by the Java to convert from the Java to the platform specific code. So note, disadvantage of this driver is the loss of some portability of code. So portability represents if you move the application code, deploy in some other machines or the server, there is a chances of not working the same application which was worked earlier. So portability may be going to lose. The API classes for this driver probably won't work with another manufacturer's DBMS. For example, suppose if we are using the mobile Android phone, so iOS, some of the iOS applications may not work in the Android phones, right? Because it is platform specific. In that case, portability, we are going to lose the portability. So in the previous JDBC ODBC bridge, you cannot use for mission critical applications because performance issue. This driver is specific to the platform. Portability issue might be erased. And the pictorial representation of type 2 driver, JDBC driver, native API. This is also called as partly JDBC Java driver. It is also called as partly Java driver. Java application again uses the JDBC API, then translated that code to the native API driver specific to the platform. Then with the help of the native API, it is going to be interact with the database. So example of type 2 driver. What is the example of type 1 driver? Microsoft MS Access. It uses ODBC. Type 2 example of type 2 driver is OCI, Oracle Call Interface Driver, WebLogic, type 2 driver for Sybase. So these three examples are for type 2 driver. It will convert from Java to specific to native. Oracle Call Interface Driver supports to conversion, acts as a native API. WebLogic's OCI driver for Oracle, type 2 driver for Sybase. Sybase is a driver, database. It uses type 2 driver type of the JDBC. If any of you are working on any of these databases, what you need to have, you need to download the corresponding drivers for Oracle, simple Oracle or OCI, WebLogic OCI driver is required, and for if you are working with Sybase, you need to have a type 2 driver drivers need to be downloaded. Then now type 3 driver. Type 3 driver. Type 3 driver is also called as JDBC driver. Type 3 driver is also called as JDBC driver. It is also referred to as a Java protocol. Is the most commonly used JDBC driver. Most of the applications which uses this Java protocol, or we call it as a JDBC type 3 driver. It converts SQL queries into JDBC formatted statement. It converts SQL queries into JDBC formatted statement. In our program we use, right, string query equal to insert into student values, so and so we have written. We have written our queries in the string format, and we pass that string as a parameter to the corresponding execute methods, right? So it will convert the SQL query into the JDBC formatted statements. The JDBC formatted statements are translated into the format required by the DBMS. Right, most of the applications it uses this type 3 JDBC driver. It is called as Java protocol also. Examples of type 3 driver is IDS driver, WebLogic remote method invocation server. WebLogic RMI server is type 3 driver it uses, and IDS driver. And the type 3 driver is also called as JDBC driver or all Java, or it is also called as net protocol driver. JDBC driver, all Java or net protocol driver. So graphical representation is Java application uses JDBC API. Then it uses the type 3 driver, which will translate to the corresponding DBMS instructions. So from type 3 driver to the DB database, there is a middleware component or the server is involved. Whatever you are sending your request, it uses the net communication protocol. Net communication protocol, that either it's the HTTP or RMA protocol which used to access the database, and vice versa. And another one is type 4 JDBC driver. With this I will stop the discussion. This is important. Type 1 JDBC ODBC, type 2 native API, type 3 net protocol or all Java or JDBC driver. Type 4 is a JDBC, type 4 JDBC driver. This is also known as the type 4 database protocol. This driver is similar to the type 3 JDBC driver, except SQL queries are translated into the format required by the DBMS. See, it is type 4 database protocol. It is similar to the type 3. What is the exceptional case for this? SQL queries are translated into the format required by the DBMS. So SQL queries do not need to be converted to the JDBC formatted systems. So you are directly interacting. It means one level is reduced here. In the type 3, there is one more layer was introduced. In type 4, that layer is reduced. Rather than converting and understanding by DBMS, then converted to the equivalent SQL. Here, instead of that, it is directly querying the SQL database. This is so since you reduce the middle layer between type 3 in the type 3, so directly it is fetching or communicating with the SQL query SQL database here. So it improves the execution speed. This is the fastest way to communicate SQL queries to the DBMS. But so there is a chance, large chances is crashing the applications due to a non-proper input from the user side. There is a possible probable exception or more in this case, because if type 3 if you are using means it will tells the compiler tells you you done the mistake, you correct it when application is up and running. If the same error happens, the whole application is going to be crashed. So to avoid that one, you use type 3. Otherwise, if you want to have a fastest communication with less reliable, you just go with the type 4 communication. So pictorial representation of type 4 driver. This is also called as native protocol or all Java driver. So just compare the diagrams or figures, you will able to identify each. Java application to JDBC API chooses by default, then thin protocol, thin layer, type 4 driver is used, and directly native protocol. So type 2 and type 4 are similar, except there is a translation phase here, directly accessing phase is involved here. Example of type 4 driver is thin driver for Oracle. Thin driver for Oracle. So another is WebLogic, MS SQL, server 4 for MS SQL server from BEA systems. So WebLogic MS SQL, you will have a server 4 for MS SQL server. Thin driver for Oracle. This is all about your JDBC basic information along with 4 different set of protocol along with the JDBC specification. Any doubts in this? So we will cover in the next class with respect to talking to database, talking to the JDBC, that is JDBC packages. JDBC packages. We will discuss this in the forthcoming sessions. Thank you. Any doubts is there?